Hello, are you ready to learn for today?
Solving radical equations. Later on, we'll be having examples having problem solving. To start, ano nga ba yung radical equation? Ano ba itsura niya, 'di ba? So bago natin siya i-solve, ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng isang radical equation? A radical equation is an equation in which a variable appears in the radicand. Ngayon, para mas maintindihan nyo, ito yung mga examples niya. It could be square root of x is equal to 7, square root of x plus 2 is equal to 3, or square root of 2x minus 3 is equal to square root of x plus 5. A radical equation is an equation. Isa sang equation that means may presence ng equal sign. Yan yung kaibahan niya sa isang expression. Pag expression, square root of 2x, tapos radical expression. But if you put equal to 4, that's gonna be a radical equation kasi may presence na ng equal. At the same time, masasabi mo na radical equation siya kapag ka may presence ng variable sa loob ng mga radical sign. So as you can see, for all of these given examples, we can see radical expressions na mayroong variable sa loob. Gets po? Ayan, yung itsura ng ating radical equation. Now, the question is, ano ba yung gagamitin natin na property para ma-solve natin yung mga radical equation? So, to solve the radical equation, the property of equality is needed. So, ito yung property na gagamitin natin. Yan, if x is equal to y, then if you raise x and y both the same number, for example, m, they will also be equal. Or on the other hand, kapag ka daw ni-raise mo sila sa pares na number at naging equal sila, ibig sabihin daw nito, yung mga base nila such as x and y are also equal. However, the given property is not always true for some cases. For example, ayan, so hindi daw siya palaging totoo. Tingnan nyo to, pag ni-raise ko yung positive 2 kay 2 at ni-raise ko rin yung negative 2 kay 2, yes, it satisfies. Pag in-square ko sila parehas, both of them will be equal to 4. So equal, itong idea na to. But on the other hand, using the same property, pag kinuha ko yung base nila, which is 2 and negative 2, their bases are not the same or equal. Ayan yung nangyayari kapag nire-raise mo siya sa 2 or sa even exponent. At dahil gagamitin natin yung squared mamaya para makancel yung square root, ibig sabihin, hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon, yung makukuha nating value ni x or masosolve natin na solution ay palaging true or palaging magiging solution sa equation. So, anong gagawin natin? Thus, when raising both sides of an equation to an even power, for example, raising it to 2, it is a must to check the answer to the original equation. Yun yung proseso ng tinatawag natin na checking. Kailangan natin i-check yung masosolve natin na value ni x dun sa given equation natin para malaman kung talaga bang masasatisfy niya at magiging part ito ng solution. Bakit? Ano ba yung iniiwasan natin? If after checking, you will notice that some of the answer might not satisfy the given equation, and those are what we call the extraneous root. Ayan, yung nasa taas ko. Meron na tayong ganyan nung quadratic equation. Ito yung mga values ng x na nasosolve natin, pero hindi niya nasasatisfy yung ating equation. Yan yung tinatawag nating extraneous root. So, it is an extra solution that does not satisfy the original equation. So, magkakaroon tayo ng mga examples mamaya na may presence ng extraneous root. Yan. So, ito yung mga bagay na kailangan nating malaman bago tayo mag-solve ng radical equation. So, after that, we can now understand how to solve using these following steps. Step number 1 is to isolate the radical. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng isolate the radical? Yan. Makakita tayo mamaya since radical equation ito ng mga radical expressions. For example, square root of 2x plus 1. Ayan. Paano mo masasabi na naka-isolate siya sa isang equation? For example, meron tayo dyan plus 4 is equal to 5x. Ayan. Hindi ito naka-isolate kasi may nakalabas pa sa kanya or may nasa labas pa. So, kailangan mo siya matanggal. Ano yung example na naka-isolate na yung radical? Kapag wala na yan. Ang natitira na lang square root of 2x plus 1, nasa isang side lang siya ng ating equation. And then, yung isa ay nasa kabila. Pero, if in case, may presence ng dalawang radical expression sa isang equation katulad nito, ayan, square root of 2x plus 1 is equal to square root of 2x. Parehas may radical expression sa dalawang side. Okay lang yan. Isolated na rin sila. Bakit? As long as nasa magkaibang side sila. Kasi ito yung left side, nasa kaliwa ng equal sign. Ito yung right side, nasa kanan ng equal sign. Isolated yan. Magkahiwalay sila. Yan yung ibig sabihin ng isolating the radical. So if ever hindi sila magkahiwalay, for example, ayan, square root of 2x plus 1 minus square root of 2x is equal to 0. Ang gagawin mo, ililipat mo lang siya sa kabila para ma-isolate. So that is one way for us to do this step number 1, wherein we have to isolate the radical. Ngayon, kung naka-isolate na sila, we can now apply the second step, which is getting or squaring both sides of the equation. So this is applicable kung ang mga given natin na radical equation ay naka-square root lamang. And since sa mga example ko ngayon, gagawin ko lang siyang puro square root. So applicable yung square both sides as our second step. And the third step is for us to solve the given equation. Ayan. So, hindi na natin i-perform to kasi I think wala naman akong mga ibibigay na example sa inyo na may radical pa siya after the second step. So, dire-diretso na yung pag-solve natin ngayong araw. Now, after step number 3, ito yung binabanggit ko na checking na part ng ating solution. So, after you identify a value for x upon solving the equation, you have to check by substituting it to the original equation. So, i-check natin kung tama ba yung nakuha mong value at hindi siya extraneous root. And just a pro tip, ito yung shortcut na pwede nating sundin kasi mamaya pag nag-square both sides tayo, makakita kayo ng mga radical expressions na ini-square. For example, squaring square root of x. Kapag ganyan, ang shortcut natin is we can already cancel square and the square root at ang magiging value na lang yan is yung matitira sa loob, which is kung ang natira sa loob, kung ang nasa loob ay x, ang sagot na dyan ay equivalent kay x. Ayan. So, I think we are now ready to have our example number 1. So, let's start. Example number 1, we have here the given square root of x is equal to 3. First step, naka-isolate na ba yung ating radical expression dun sa ating equation? So, hindi mo na kailangan na perform yung step number 1. You can go directly with step number 2, which is squaring both sides of the equation. So, i-square mo si square root of x, i-square mo din si 3. So, dito sa kaliwa, if you square square root of x, maka-cancel lang yung square root tsaka yung square. So, matitira na lang dyan is ito, yung x, and then square mo si 3. Ano ang magiging value ni x dito? The answer will be equal to 9. So, the answer is x is equal to 9. But since we are not sure if this satisfy our original equation, gagamit or gagawin natin yung step number 4, which is checking. We have to check if the value x, which is equal to 9, it will satisfy the given equation. So, kuhain mo ulit yung original equation natin, which is square root of x is equal to 3. And then after that, para ma-check natin, substitute mo yung 9 dun sa x. So, magiging square root of 9. The question is it equal to 3? Yes, ang square root na 9 ay equal to, kay 3. Therefore, this satisfy or the value x is equal to 9 satisfy our given equation. So let's proceed with the second example. Yan. Unang step palagi dyan, tatanungin mo yung sarili mo. With the given square root of 5x is equal to 10, naka-isolate na ba yung radical expression sa given? Yan, nakahiwalay na ba siya? Si square root of 5x. Yes. Wala naman na siyang nasa labas eh. Siya lang yung mag-isa dyan sa left side na equation. So, we can go directly with step number 2, which is squaring both sides of the equation. So, square mo si square root of 5x. Ito, square mo rin si 10. So, in this case, maka-cancel yung square tsaka yung square root. Ang matitira dyan is yung 5x. Dito naman, square mo lang si 10. 10 times 10. And that's gonna be equal to 100. So we'll now have 5x is equal to 100. Then the next step here is how do we remove 5? So we will divide 5 for both sides of the equation para matanggal natin yung 5 na katabi ni variable x. So in this case, if we divide 5 on 5, this will just be equal to 1. Therefore, ang matitira na dyan is x. And then on the right side of the equation, we can just divide 100 divided by 5. Makukuha nating sagot dito is x is equal to 20. And we are not yet done kasi kailangan natin maging sigurado. I-check natin kung tama yung x is equal to 20 at part siya ng ating solution. So, we go back to the original equation, square root of 5x is equal to 10. This time, papalitan natin yung variable x dyan ng 20. So, we will now have square root of 5 times 20. Is it equal to 10? Tignan natin. So, 5 times 20 is 100. Therefore, we will end up a given with a given of square root of 100. Is it equal to 10? Yes. Therefore, having a value of x is equal to 20, that will satisfy our given equation. Ayan. So, let's proceed to the third and fourth example. We have here number 3. Square root of 5x plus 1 is equal to 6. Lilipat natin si plus 1, magiging negative 1. Therefore, we'll now have square root of 5x is equal to 6 minus 1. Simplify lang natin yung 6 minus 1, magiging 5. Therefore, ito na yung naka-isolate. Yung square root of 5x is equal to 5. Ayan, okay na. It's already isolated. Therefore, we can now proceed to step number 2, which is squaring both sides. So, pag in-square mo yung square root of 5x, maka-cancel lang yung square root. And then, i-square mo din si 5, magiging 5 times 5. Yan ay magiging 25. Yan, so we'll be having 5x is equal to 25. Divide both of them to 5. So, masisimplify yung x divided by x, magiging 1. So, x na lang matitira dyan, 1 times x. Then, on the other side, we'll be having 25 divided by 5, which is equal to 5. Therefore, ang sagot natin dito ay x is equal to 5. But we are not yet sure unless it satisfies our given equation. So, balik tayo sa original equation natin. Ito yon, yung square root of 5x plus 1 is equal to 6. Palitan natin ngayon yung ating variable x ng 5 dahil yun yung na-solve natin. So, this will become square root of 5 times 5 plus 1. Is it equal to 6? Tingnan natin. 5 times 5, 25. So, pwede itong maging square root of 25 plus 1. Square root ng 25 ay 5. So, magiging 5 plus 1 lang yan. Is it equal to 6? Yes. That means, tama. Masasatisfy niya yung given equation. Therefore, tama yung sagot natin or part ng solution natin, si x is equal to 5. Sige, let's proceed with example number 4. We have the given square root of 5x plus 1 is equal to 6. Gagawin mo na yung second step, which is squaring both sides of the equation. If you square both sides of the equation, that is the time you can cancel the square root and the square. And then square mo si 6, magiging 6 times 6, 36. Doon ka pa lang pwede mag-solve ng equation. 5x plus 1 is equal to 36. In this case, pwede na natin i-solve yung value ni x. Ayan. So, anong una natin gagawin dito? Siyempre, hindi ka naman diretso magdi-divide ng 5 on both sides. Kasi meron pang naiwan dito na plus 1, no? Yan yung extra step natin na gagawin. Lipat natin siya sa kabila. So, magiging negative 1 yan. Ililipat natin. So, magiging 5x is equal to 36 minus 1. Therefore, will be, if you simplify this one, this is gonna be 5x is equal to 35. And then, ang favorite step natin, tatanggalin na lang si 5 sa tabi ni x. Buburahin ba? Hindi. I-divide natin parehas kay 5. Therefore, 5 divided by 5, this will be simplified as 1. Therefore, ang matitira dyan is yung 1 times x, x na lang. Then, 35 divided by 5 is equal to 7. Therefore, x is equal to 7 on this given equation. At dahil yan na yung magiging value natin, yan din yung gagamitin natin in checking. So, substitute natin siya dito sa ating original equation. Square root of 5x plus 1. Is it equal to 6 when you substitute that variable x and make it 7? So, simplify natin to. 5 times 7 is 35. So, this is going to be square root of 35 plus 1. Then, square root of 35 plus 1 is going to be square root of 36. Is it equal to 6? Yes. Square root of 36 is equal to 6. Therefore, masasatisfy ni x raised to 7 ang ating original equation. Ibig sabihin, si x is equal to 7 is part of our solution. Hindi siya extraneous root. So, let's proceed to example number 5. Ayan, sabi ko nga, iba-iba sila. So, tignan nyo yung example number 5 natin. We have the given square root of 3x plus 2 is equal to square root of x plus 10. As long as magkaiba sila ng pwesto, isolated na yon. So, yes, naka-isolate na yan. So, ano na yung susunod natin gagawin dito? We can already square both sides. And once you perform that one, mapapansin mo na ang gagawin lang natin dyan is ika-cancel lang natin yung mga square at square root na yan. So, ano matitira? Yung mga nasa loob na lang, which is 3x plus 2 is equal to x plus 10. In this case, ito na lang yung gagamitin natin para ma-solve yung value ni x. Now, in this case, pagsasamahin na lang natin yung mga constant at the same time yung may mga variable na x. So, unang gagawin ko dyan is ililipat ko yan si 2 sa kabila. So, from positive 2, magiging negative 2 yan. So, pagsasamahin ko lang sila kasi pare silang constant eh. Then, yung x naman, ililipat ko sa tabi ni 3x para pare silang may variable x. But this time, magiging negative x siya. So, ito yung magiging itsura nun. 3x minus x is equal to 10 minus 2. So, in this case, subtract na lang natin. 3x minus x is gonna be 2x. 10 minus 8 is equal to 8. Ay, 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. So, ang magiging itsura niyan is 2x is equal to 8. Yan. So, tingin ko, alam nyo na yung gagawin na susunod. How do we solve for the value of x? We can just divide both sides by 2. Ayan. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Matitira na lang dyan is x. Therefore, x is equal to 8 divided by 2 or x is equal to 4. Now, kahit ganyan pa yung itsura ng radical equation mo, once na makakuha ka ng value ni x, kailangan mo pa rin i-perform yung checking. So, substitute natin si 4. Kung makikita nyo, dalawa yung variable x dyan, di ba? So, parehas yan, lalagyan natin ng 4 or papalitan natin ng 4. So, magiging equal kaya silang dalawa. So, if you simplify, we have square root of 3 times 4 plus 2. Is it equal to square root of 4 plus 10? Tignan natin. 3 times 4 is 12. Therefore, we'll be having 12 plus 2 sa loob ng radical equation na to. And then 4 plus 10 is equal to 14. So, square root of 14. So, is it equal to each other? 12 plus 2 is 14. Therefore, magkakaroon tayo ng parehas na square root of 14. So, that means our answer x is equal to 4 satisfies our given radical equation. So, kapit lang. Malapit na tayo matapos. Anyway, so for the sixth example, we'll have the given square root of 5x squared minus 16 is equal to x. So, anong gagawin natin dito? Square mo lang both sides. Yon. So, makakancel yung square root nito. And then, ang matitira na lang dyan is yung 5x squared minus 16. Dito naman, i-square natin siya. So, magiging x squared na lang yan. So, ito yung magiging itsura niya. 5x squared minus 16 is equal to x squared. Yan. So, katulad lang nung ginawa natin kanina, I think, pagsasamahin lang natin yung merong mga variable x at the same time yung constant. Pero dahil isa lang yung constant natin, ihiwalay na natin siya dun sa kanan. So, from negative 16, magiging positive 16 na yan. Lipat natin siya dun sa may kanan para yung x squared, masama natin kay 5x squared. So, magiging negative x squared to. So, ito yung magiging tsura niya. 5x squared minus x squared is equal to 16. Yan. So, kapag ka nalipat na natin ng maayos. So, subtract lang natin. 5x squared minus x squared is gonna be 4x squared and it's equivalent to 16. In this case, katulad ng ginagawa natin kanina, pwede tayo mag-divide ng 4 on both sides of the equation. Ayan. So, magiging x squared is equal to 16 divided by 4 and that's gonna be equal to 4. But, as you can see on the one that we were able to come up, x squared is equal to 4, hindi pa tayo tapos. Kasi x squared yan eh. Dapat ang sagot natin, x is equal to isang value lang ni x. But as you can see, ang lumabas sa atin is a quadratic equation. Square root natin parehas. So this is what we call extracting root. Kasi kapag kinuha mo yung square root ni x squared, magiging x na lang yan. So x na lang yung matitira. But on the other side, we'll be having square root of 4. Tatanungin ko pa lang, di ba dalawa yung sagot natin pag quadratic equation? Pero ano ba yung square root ni 4? Na be positive and negative 2. So, ano ibig sabihin yan kapag nag-checking tayo? Silang dalawa. Gagamitan natin or i-substitute natin pagdating sa checking. So, unahin na natin si x is equal to 2. Yan, substitute natin siya with the original equation. Square root of 5x squared minus 16 is equal to x. So, kung makikita ninyo, parehas may variable x dito. So, papalitan natin yan parehas ng 2. So, it's gonna be 5 times 2 squared minus 16. Is it equal to 2? Tignan natin. 2 squared ay 4. So, 5 times 4 ay magiging 20. Kaya magiging square root of 20 minus 16. Is it equal to 2? Yes, 20 minus 16 is 4. Ano ba yung square root ni 4? 2. Therefore, the answer here is x is equal to 2. So, possible na maging solution si x is equal to 2 kasi it satisfies our given equation. But how about x is equal to negative 2? Pwede rin ba si negative 2? Tignan natin. Balik tayo sa original equation natin. Square root of 5x squared minus 16. Is it equal to x kapag ka sinubstitute natin yung negative 2 on both the value of x or the variable x? So, negative 2 squared magiging 4. Kinokopya ko lang yung iba kasi hindi naman natin siya sinisimplify at that moment. So, magiging 4 yan, negative 2 squared. 5 times 4 is also 20. So, we will also have square root of 20 minus 16 which is equivalent to square root of 4. Ano bang square root ni 4? Positive 2. Hindi siya equal kay negative 2. Anong ibig sabihin nun? X is equal to negative 2 is not part of our answer or solution. Anong tawag natin sa kanya? This is an example of an extraneous root. Upon solving, yes, tama naman, masosolve mo naman dyan si 2 at si negative 2. Kasi nga naging quadratic equation siya. Pero nung sinubstitute natin sila, yung negative 2, hindi niya na-satisfy yung ating original equation. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Hindi siya part ng solution natin. Ang magiging part lang ng sagot natin is yung x is equal to 2. And negative 2 is what we call or an example of an extraneous root. So, ayan. So, this will be the last example for solving radical equation. Kapit lang. Ayan. Basta kapit lang. Anyway, so we have here the given square root of 2x minus 4 minus x is equal to negative 2. So, para ma-isolate, anong gagawin natin? Ilipat, di ba? So, lipat natin si negative x, magiging positive x yan. Therefore, we'll now have positive x minus 2 on the right side. Ayan, tsaka natin sasabihin na, yes, naka-isolate na. Kasi siya na lang mag-isa dyan sa side na yan. Okay, and this time, we can now get the square of both sides. That's our second step. Yan, kapag ka-perform mo yan, makuha mo yung, or cancel mo lang yung square root tsaka yung square. Ang matitira dito sa kaliwang side na equation is 2x minus 4 na lang. But on the other hand, we'll have x minus 2 quantity squared. That means x minus 2 times x minus 2, di ba? Pag in-expand mo, ayan, kinopya ko lang pala to, 2x minus 4. And ito, kailangan mo pa i-expand yan eh. X minus 2 squared is equal to x minus 2 times x minus 2. So, anong gagawin mo dyan? You have to perform FOIL. First, outer, inner, last. Sige, say natin. X times x, x squared. X times negative 2, negative 2x. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4. So, yan yung dahilan kung bakit meron tayong x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4 dito sa side na to. At ito, kinopya lang natin. Wala naman binago. 2x minus 4 pa rin siya sa kabila. Now, para ma-solve natin yung equation na to, at kung mapapansin din ninyo, quadratic to eh, kasi may presence ng x squared oh. So, ang gagawin ko dito, pagsamahin ko na lang lahat ng variables tsaka ng constant. So, bago ko i-combine, lipat ko na yung 2x sa kabila, lipat ko na rin yung negative 4 sa kabila. So, ito yung mangyayari. Pag nilipat mo yung 2x, magiging negative 2x siya. So, ito na siya. Pag nilipat mo yung -4, magiging +4 na siya. So, pag pinagsama-sama natin sila lahat sa side na 'to ng ating equation, it will now become x squared minus 2x minus 2x minus 2x plus 4 plus 4. Simplify natin by combining all the similar terms. So, meron tayong tatlong -2x. Saan yan equivalent? Kay -6x. 2, 4, 6. So, -6 kasi negative sila lahat. Then, ito naman, 4 plus 4, that's gonna be 8 or +8. So, we'll now have the equation 0 is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 8. Ayan na siya. And I think you are already familiar with this type of equation. Ayusin ko lang siya. Gawin ko siyang x squared minus 6x plus 8 is equal to 0. Class, this is once again a quadratic equation. Technically a quadratic trinomial that can be solved into three different methods. Pwede mo siya ma-solve gamit ang factoring, completing the square, or pwede rin naman yung quadratic formula. Ano ba yung natripan nyo doon dati? Iisip ka lang ng dalawang numbers na merong product na 8 at may sum na -6. Ano kaya yun? So, we will consider the factors -4 and -2. Pag pinag-multiply mo yan, +8. Pag pinag-add mo yan, -6. Ayan. So, after you factor them, we will equate both of the factors to 0. That's zero product property. Yan. X minus 4 is equal to 0. Lipat natin yung -4. Ang isang value ng x natin ay 4. Dito naman, x minus 2 is equal to 0. Ilipat natin yung -2. Magiging +2. So, ang isang value ng x natin ay +2. And ayan, there will be times na ang magiging equation nyo upon solving is gonna be a quadratic equation. So, mahalaga na at least naaalala pa rin natin yung mga ways to solve quadratic equation. Katulad kanina, extracting square root. Katulad ngayon, factoring naman. Ayan. So, hindi pa rin naman makakaligtas yan sa checking natin. So, ipakita ko na lang sa inyo na once na ma-substitute natin yung 4 at yung 2, they will satisfy or both of them will satisfy our given original equation. So anong ibig sabihin yan? Ang magiging sagot natin dito will be both 2 and 4. So ito yung isa sa mga example na possible na magkaroon ng dalawang sagot. As we may continue, these are the following steps in solving problems that involves radical equation. So here is representation, equation, solution, and checking. Yan, para mas maintindihan natin kung paano to ginagamit, let's have this first example. Isa lang naman to. The square root of the sum of a number and 5 is 4. Find the number. Ngayon, how do we apply the step which is representation? Dito, ang gagawin mo lang naman is isi-represent mo yung missing number natin or missing value natin sa problem as a variable. So, ang tanong dito sa example natin is find the number. So, we can set that number as a variable x. Tapos, yung ating step number 1. Magsiset ka lang naman ng variable dun sa hinahanap nating value sa problem. Then, after that, you can now form the equation. Dito, ito yung pinakamahalagang part ng solving problems involving radical equation. Kasi, dito natin makikita kung tama yung magiging sagot mo. Kasi kung tama yung pagkakagawa mo ng equation. Intindihin na lang natin. Square root of the sum. So, paano natin yun i-interpret? Square root. So, maglalagay tayong square root. Of the sum, ibig sabihin kapag of the sum, may i-add tayo. 'Di ba? Square root ng sum. So, may i-add tayo. Continue natin. Square root of the sum of a number. O, square root daw ng sum ng number. So, di ba, ang ginawa natin, the number, we represent it as variable x. So, of the number and 5. At saka daw ng 5. Sum daw ng number at ng 5. So, square root of x plus 5 is 4. So, ang ibig sabihin ng is 4 dyan is equal to 4. So, ayan na equation natin. Square root of x plus 5 is equal to 4. Bakit ko sinabi na importante yung part na yan? Kasi yan lang naman yung mahirap if ever, yung pag-construct ng tamang equation. Kasi once you already have the equation, babalik na lang tayo sa lesson natin kanina, which is just solving the radical equation. Sa solution natin, naka-isolate na ba? O madali lang sagutin. Yes! So step number 2 ka na, square both sides of the equation. So maka-cancel yung square tsaka yung square root, magiging x plus 5 na lang. Then square mo yung 4, magiging 16. And to solve for the value of x, lipat mo yung 5, magiging negative 5. Therefore, we'll be having 16 minus 5, which is equal to 11. Ayan na yung sagot. Last step na lang natin is to check. So, balik tayo sa square root of x plus 5 is equal to 4. Palitan mo yung x ng 11. Tignan mo, masasatisfy niyo ba yung equation? Yes. Therefore, our answer for this problem is x is equal to 11.
I hope you understand the lesson for today. Until next time, bye!